Welcome to Generation Truth Podcast with Carey and Rebekah Charles.
Where we declare the Lord is good, His mercy is everlasting, and His truth endureth to all generations.
Part 2 of our experience of dating on purpose.
I had been told weeks or years prior, observe your possible life's mate in a variety of life experiences. And this really helped me. I kind of feel bad for Carey because I was analyzing him. I was studying him. I was looking for specific things every single time we went out on a date.
This is really scary, honestly, to think about.
Right. So one of the first dates that we went on was on
a hike.
Yes, we were.
She had to think about it.
Going on a hike, and I was really nervous. We had brought a friend. I had brought a friend, and I noticed that he was being really good with the details. He sent me the address and everything, and I was like, man, that's really kind. He's taking charge. He's being considerate, knowing that I don't really know the area. And then
I did something dumb.
He did something really dumb. He brought a water bottle, thinking that he can fill it up at the large water tower.
No, okay.
Which a water tower is not a water fountain.
So when on the way there, I got thirsty, and so I drank the water that I had in my water bottle. And then when we got there, I was like, okay, it's a park. Maybe they'll have a water fountain or something that I could fill it up with. And then we're getting ready to go. We're looking at the map, and on the map it says there's a water tower. I don't know why I thought in my mind.
It's because you were nervous.
Yeah, I was very nervous. I was extremely nervous. But
was positive.
Somehow I'm going to fill up this little tiny water bottle at the water tower, which was. Oh, we didn't even see the water tower.
No, I don't even. I was like,
actually,
wow,
no, we did. No, we
did.
Yes. Oh my goodness, it was so random, so dumb.
But on the other hand, then he was making all the plans for dinner afterwards. I was like, he has a plan. I really like that.
Yeah, I kept asking you about food, and you wouldn't give me a straight
answer.
answer.
Well, because I didn't know what was around. And anyway, I did really like that you had a plan and that you could take charge.
Thank you so much.
Super important to observe your possible life mate in a variety of ways.
We're not saying don't stalk them, okay? We're just saying.
Well, maybe you do need to stalk them.
Well, okay, so very simple thing. You may need to look at their Facebook page.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that'd be a great thing.
I did that with you, and that was a great thing.
I did the same with you.
How do they spend their free time? Who are their closest friends? What do they value the most? Are they good with children?
Yep. How do they treat their siblings and parents? Do they help out with chores around the house? Is their car clean? Okay,
this sounds really dumb, but look,
Rebekah's parents are extremely, they're neat freaks when it comes to the car, okay? But I have turned into a neat freak when it comes to my car, actually.
No, because if you're not taking care of the things that God has bestowed upon you as a steward,
no, she's absolutely
then I don't really know if I want to go down that path.
Yes,
okay,
they
so
were very pretty good. It was very funny, but I loved it.
Everything. I was like,
I did not do the greatest in that. Actually, okay, I'm curious because that was not an area that I was the greatest in. It
wasn't, but I was understanding because I knew that you lived at a camp, and I really liked you, so I was willing to kind of be like, well, okay, maybe his car isn't the cleanest, but he's a really great guy.
Well, thanks, man. That makes me feel really good. Does he have? I don't know if you said this right, but does he have motivation?
This was so important for me. I had.
I don't know. Did I?
Yes, you did. You had a goal. Your motivation was to
get to know you. That's really
find out what God had for your life and to be faithful in doing it. And I loved that. So
you're so kind.
Yes.
She had the same motivation as well, and she was that was actually something I loved about Rebekah. She's very passionate, extremely passionate, and so whenever we do something, she wanted to give it 100%. Now, she did not know how to relax at all. But she since then has learned how to relax a little bit, actually a lot. But if there was something that she did and something messed up, even though she gave it 100%, that gave her a hard time. But she had passion, and I love that about her.
Do they talk about spiritual things when they're around family or friends or you? Do they act the same way at church that they do around you, or are they like this completely different person at church and then completely another person around you? Not a good thing if you're getting two different people
Absolutely.
in the same day.
Do they give out gospel tracts? Okay, I have a funny story about this one. We got on our first date as well. We went to a barbecue place in Charlottesville, and it was a little sketchy area, but we got there. It was really good barbecue, and there's the guy. I don't know if he's the owner of the restaurant. Was he the owner?
No, I think he was just a really nice waiter there.
Okay, yeah, he just came out and he came to check on us, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to give this guy a tract, and right when I went to pull out a tract out of my back pocket or something, I see Rebekah pulling out a tract out of her purse, and she beat me to the punch. And I thought to myself right then and there, this is the woman for me, because she actually beat me at that.
Yes, I knew you were going to be looking for that, so I'm not going to lie. I was like, man, I better make sure I'm on top of my game, which I usually try to do that anyway. But.
And you don't do that to just show off, but
No.
it is important to know whether or not you're getting to know a gospel giver. That is important because God has commanded that we are to be those.
Right. So I'm not saying that, again, dating on purpose does not have to be boring. While you're having fun, while you're being integrated together in all of these great life things, watch, observe.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Biggest thing that you're observing is their character, really.
Yes.
That's the point of asking all the questions, of watching.
And you can do
to
that.
observe their character.
You can do that a lot of times by simply, spending time with each other, going
Absolutely.
on hikes,
Yes.
church functions. We went out with our families to restaurants. We went shopping together, which at first was kind of hard because she kept wanting me to buy stuff, and I don't like buying anything for myself.
That is really important. Going back to spending time with their families as well, because that's when you see, oh, this is what he or she is used to living.
Yeah.
And you can kind of understand their background much better.
Yes, absolutely. We went mini golfing together, and I'm pretty sure I beat you at that.
You
which
did.
was
I was
very, very gratifying.
Angry.
So these are some things you could look for. Also, identify whether your personalities complement each other.
Just because you're two good, godly young people doesn't necessarily mean that you're God's choice for that individual. That was really hard for me in my dating experience. I dated some really good, godly guys, but I just knew that our personalities didn't complement each other. And I'm grateful that I had parents in my life that observed that and say, hey, just don't think this is the right choice. And praise the Lord, I was able to find God's match for me. And God, when you trust the Lord with that, He will align your personalities perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought that my sense of humor was very, very bad until I met Rebekah and realized that we kind of have the same sense of humor in a sense. Anyway, but identify whether or not your personalities complement each other. Also, realize that if you marry that person, you're pretty much marrying the in-laws as well. They will most likely be involved in your lives to some degree. And I realize that this varies with different families. Some people do not have parents anymore; they passed on. But for Rebekah and I, that was something that I had to. I love Rebekah's parents. Matter of fact, we have such a strong relationship now. But when we first started dating and even more into it, I really didn't know them very well. And of course, it makes sense. But you get to know them as well, not just her.
Go out soul winning together. We didn't have a lot of changes to do this since ours was long distance. However, this is really important to see if they have a heart to be a gospel-oriented individual.
Yeah, and that kind of goes with what we talked about earlier, but it's really awesome if you can do it together. Also, notice how your church family and pastor's family responds to that person in your life. I would tell you this, I only had one other girlfriend besides Rebekah before her, and when I brought her to our church, people were excited for me, but they did not respond the same way that they did when Rebekah came to church. When Rebekah came to my church, after she left, and even while we were there, I had so many people coming up to me saying, Carey, she's the one. She's the one. And I'm not saying that you need to, if somebody tells you that, that's God's sign to you. But what I am saying is a lot of times people around you, spiritual people in your church, will be able to tell you and very clearly whether or not that's a good match or not, or a good choice, or at least someone to pursue.
And lastly, get a wise counselor's advice, if that's your pastor or your mom and dad or some
both
grandparents in your life that know you. This is very important because they have been in your shoes. They can see down the road. They know you well. Get their advice.
Absolutely. So this is just some fun. I've actually really enjoyed this. I'm starting to remember a lot of things. But, just some fun, practical things to think about as if you are dating right now, or if God allows you to do that in the future. To think about as you go into that, remember, most importantly, you're dating with a purpose. And that's to glorify Christ and with marriage in mind. And so knowing and living and giving the truth to the next generation will be influenced by who you marry.
So choose by faith to date on purpose, because God's truth endures to every generation.